Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Star Blast Studios coming here with a brand new figure review. And today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the Kong Studios Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta and Majin Vegeta or Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta extra headsets that come with it. There's no really names on here. In the actual website, they call it the Kong Studios Custom Vegeta. So I'm just going to go along and say it's obviously Battle Damage Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta for what this figure actually is. But anyways, here we got some packagings. I really like the way that they did the Majin Vegeta art, but as on the rest of the box, it's all black. There's nothing else regular right here. And over here, I really do like the actual silhouette that they have for Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. And on the back of the box, you just got the adult warning, but nothing too crazy. Anything else with the box is a very specific box, and mine did come a little bit my box did come a little bit damaged in the mail, which is really unfortunate, but you know, it's nothing too bad that actually affects the figure. So without any further ado, let's actually get the figure out. Alright guys, so here we got the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta opened up and out of its packaging, and overall, what I can say about this figure is that it's a pretty darn good figure, and obviously it's going to be a third-party type of release, so the quality control issues may vary with your copy of the figure. As opposed to what I can say about it when compared to stuff like the company Demonical Fit, is that the quality control issues, I mean, I can't really say too much about quality control issues, like from Demonical Fit being good, considering the last release I got from their Kaioken Blue Goku, as you know, stuff like that can honestly vary. But when it comes to what we have right here, there is a lot of otherly noted stuff that I noticed upon looking at this figure. But overall, like when it comes to everything, like on this figure that needs to be done right, like the sculpt, articulation, and paint deco, I gotta say they definitely nailed the look a lot. I really do like what we got right here with Vegeta out of the packaging. And I actually think I took the legs when I was messing around with this like off camera. I think I took the legs and interchanged them. So yeah, that's an accessory right there. Vegeta comes with some interchangeable legs, which I think is honestly really cool. And just like as you can see right there, you can just interchange them just like that whenever you want. And the legs are fairly good, like moving around. They're very, very like tight. There's no issues at all. There's a little bit of squeaking right there, and you know, it doesn't have like that feel of figure. It feels more like how Demonical Fit was with their earlier releases, like the early Demonical Fit Super Saiyan Vegito. And that's the kind of feel I would say. But in this case, I'm not really having any issues with any of the joints being really loose. The joints are tight. Everything on here is really, really nice. Now, not everything about this sculpt is completely like original, and I don't really have any problems with that. I like that the hair. I think the hair is what's the most like originally sculpted out of this. Although I could be wrong. I noticed that there is some stuff that they've taken from other Vegeta figures onto this thing, and that's not really a complaint at all. It's just mainly an observation that I noticed upon comparison. So for example, here we have the Majin Vegeta figure, and when you look at the actual, and mainly the thing we're comparing over here is the shoulders. You can see that they kind of took like the exact same sculpting with the veins and put it on right there, and you can kind of tell like that's why just like with Majin Vegeta, because they use like the specific arms in that instance, it's what causes a little bit of the articulation to not go as far up like on the actual arms, just like with Majin Vegeta in a very similar instance. And on the other end, you can tell like although the sculpting may because of the quality of the plastic, it's not as because of the quality of the plastic, you can't really see the veins as much on here as it is. It's popped right there. But what I really like between the two of these that I just noticed right now is that the skin tone and everything has a much more of a matte finish and some shading around here. Was when it comes to the Majin Vegeta plastic, it's a lot more shiny, and I really like that they did that to make the actual figure pop out a little bit more and not have a shiny bootleg look. It really makes the figure feel look a lot more like high quality, and just makes the overall figure look a lot nicer when you give it a matte finish like that on the skin tone. It looks more natural. It's like exactly how skin should be. You don't want certain figures to go looking like they just got out of a like they just got sunscreen all over them. That just sounds silly. But yeah, when it comes to everything overall, I think that now I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that the torso area is also like its own sculpt. But I noticed that they took a little bit of inspiration for how they sculpted stuff on the Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Like you can see that there's a line right there on the chest, and that there's very similar things that they used and referenced from this Goku body in order to make their own sculpt. And I like that they went and did their own sculpt and, you know, used other stuff in order to make the actual thing look more authentic and have its original thing. It's really good. That goes to show that, you know, they may be using a lot of stuff, but they're really trying to make something new here off of the pieces and stuff that they took from Tamashii Nations to put into their figure. And that's just something I really do like when it comes to this release. Now, there is some stuff that I do have issues with, and one of the things is, honestly, I guess it's just like this on my copy. It could be like this on multiple people's copies, but something I noticed is just the arms over here. They look very the actual joint itself looks very, very bootlegish. It doesn't look really good in a lot of stuff, and you can see like the metal actually showing through in a lot of instances. But I guess one reason why they do that is because one of the accessories that comes with this thing, which really adds to a lot of the playability with this figure, is you can actually go and interchange the arms. So that Vegeta can have like this stuff right over here with his gloves. And I just going to go ahead and show that right over here. If I can just get that in right now, come on, there we go. And I've been having a little bit of trouble getting this arm off. I'm gonna go and eventually get some hot water on there. I cannot take. I might as well just try, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna come off anytime soon. Definitely want to use some hot water, especially with stuff like this, and not risk the breaking your actual figure. But I might as well just leave this arm right over here. Just this is gonna make me have OCD if I don't have Vegeta like the exact way he should be. Oh, I'm honestly got to be careful with this because the thing is sliding off. Just gonna put that back in. All right, I think that went back in. Yep, we're good. We are good with this Vegeta. Now, a couple of issues I noticed when it came to this stuff is that on the bottom of some of the feet, I actually went and sanded it down, but there were some molding errors that happened when actually going and making this up, like the places that they do the cut-offs when they're, I think what they're doing is printing the shoes. I don't know how these things happen, but there's like some chunks of plastic that come leaving off the actual ends of some of the stuff, like on there on the boots. I actually had to sand that down in order to make it so that he can actually stand up, and even then he's having trouble standing up because of that little bit of plastic debris that's left there on the bottom of his feet. I noticed it around over here as well. When you look at the actual back of the figure, there's like a little bit of plastic debris right in there, so that has to get cut out. And I was initially going to take it off before the review, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of this and that you guys actually see what's going on before I do that. So yeah, just to make everyone aware that, hey, this is an issue, and you know, you might have to use like a knife or like some sandpaper in order to get that stuff off. For the most part, I definitely think that the hair is very, very, very well done. I like the way that they gave the the hair some shading in there. It honestly just makes the figure pop out a whole lot more with the way that they did the coloring. Now, one of the issues that people may find with this copy, and oh yeah, and one other thing is that they're on the stern face that's on this Vegeta figure. The reason why I don't have that on is because there is some plastic debris that's left over here, which I will have to sand off in order to actually make it usable. And that just right there is a little bit annoying and unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, when it comes to the actual faces, I know a lot of people may not have they may not like the actual faces that comes with this Vegeta. And to be fair, they are very I don't know what they do. Something about the faces do seem a little bit dull, especially when compared to how Figuarts and Demonical Fit does their faces. I think a lot of the faces they took from the Majin Vegeta, and then they just kind of fixed up the. Actually, I don't really know. No, it's their own original sculpt, but I feel like they took a lot of what the Majin Vegeta faces had. Like, I remember there's this one yelling-looking Majin Vegeta face, but he looks like he's more grinning. And for some reason, when it comes to Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, they included this, but they whited out the eyes. And they did that as well with the actual Majin Vegeta. So, you know what? Let's actually get into the accessories of this thing. So, when it comes to the two arms that don't have the gloves, you only get two pairs of hands. You get a pair of fists that comes on out of the packaging. And you also get on the one final impact hand, which is when he fired the beam like as Majin Vegeta towards Goku. And he also has like one left martial arts type hand, which is meant to get him in a battle ready kind of pose. And for the hands that actually have the interchangeable glove pieces, obviously you have the pair of fists that comes right out. You get another one of those exact type of hands, but for some odd reason, I'll show it right here on the camera, like mine has this weird QC issue, if this will focus, like on the actual finger, it has like this weird black residue around right there, and when you look at it, it looks like there's also some skin tone that's popping out, and I'm worried that maybe, because I can't quite tell, maybe it's because of the fact that they painted this after making the mold, or it is actually made out of white plastic. But I'm worried that when I actually go to try to take this off, that it's actually going to take off the skin tone. So I'm just going to leave it like that right now until I find out some more about the actual hand. For the other hands, you get a pair of Big Bang Attack hands, and you also get a pair of martial arts style hands. And when it comes to interchanging the hands, in my experience with every single one of them, they've seemed pretty good. I haven't had any breaks like that. Just do be aware that this is a third-party company kind of figure, and that it is expected to break under the usage of without using hot water. When it comes to the actual faces, you do get the smirking face, you do get a teeth gritted face, you do get a looking to the side face, a stern face, and the crazy maniacal face. And when it comes to the Majin Vegeta set, which actually is a thing that is sold separately, I bought mine in like a 2-pack off of 5K Toys, which if you guys want to go ahead and pick this figure up, you can go ahead and do so in the link in the description down below. But when it comes to the Majin Vegeta set, it's really, there's only 2 faces that come with the actual figure, for Majin Vegeta, and there's one smirking Majin Vegeta face, and then there's one looking to the side Majin Vegeta face, and the other one, for whatever reason, they decided to make into like a normal version. So it's just like the stern face is regular Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and then you get that crazy explosion evil looking face, but he's not really evil in this case anymore because he's not Majin Vegeta. And that's about it for the accessories. I really wish they would have included a teeth gritted face, just so that just like what we have on the packaging right over here, that we can sort of recreate this look that they made with their Majin Vegeta. That would have been a really cool thing. But you know, it's no big deal. But honestly, when it comes to the Majin Vegeta thing, if you already have the Majin Vegeta figure, I honestly see no point in getting these faces. But yeah, and also for the accessories, we did take a look at it. Obviously, he has the interchangeable arms and the leg pieces. But overall, that's about it for some of this stuff. Now, for actual size comparison of Vegeta, here he is next to the regular Super Saiyan Vegeta, or the Super Vegeta, some may call. Here he is next to the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta from the movie. I mean, obviously they're the same mold, so the scaling would be the same. So getting these to the side, here is the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku. Here is the Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. And you know what, since characters are battle damaged, I might as well get this other Goku right over here for a comparison. And Vegeta does scale perfectly, just like with Goku, just like all of the official SH Figuarts Vegetas and everything. So any figure that comes from the SH Figuarts line, you can essentially expect the same exact scaling to go and work with this. Now, one of the things I really do like that this Vegeta provides is that it provides a new body mold for you to interchange the Vegeta heads with. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the actual head swaps you can do with this. Here it is with the Demonical Fit base form Vegeta head, which gives you the Dragon Ball Super vibes. Here it is with the official base form Vegeta head, which gives it the more of the Z vibes, I guess. Here it is with the Demonical Fit Super Saiyan Vegeta head, which going back to the Dragon Ball Super vibes. And something to note with some of these head swaps is that because of the difference in plastic, it may be a little bit loose. Like for some reason, this Vegeta head is a little bit loose when interchanging it. But moving on. Here it is with the Majin Vegeta Headsculpt put on there, and for whatever reason, they're the exact same mold, but this Vegeta head is a whole lot tighter on this body than the other Vegeta head, which that's honestly a little bit strange, but moving on. And since I didn't really show it off too much in this review, here it is with the Kong Studios Majin Vegeta body that comes in this set. Now here it is with the Super Saiyan God Vegeta head. And to finish it off with the Vegeta head swaps, here it is with the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta head. But wait, there's more. As coming from left field, here it is with the Super Saiyan Grade 3 Demonical Fit Custom Trunks Head Sculpt. And of course, likewise for all of the 2.0 Vegeta body molds, the head is able to go on all of the others, as you see here. Now, something I actually noticed before we continue to the articulation is that the actual, I don't know what exactly you call these right here, there's like the lines that usually you would see on all of the Vegeta figures, and really just all of the SH figure arts with eyebrows in general, is that they would have like the lines on there, and they'd be pretty even defined, but the ones that are on here are just so absurdly small, and I think this is what causes a huge difference with all of the other figures. Like, here it is, the Super Saiyan Guide, and you can definitely see like the lines on here, and with the lack of the lines right here, I think that could be causing the weird look that this Vegeta has, because usually like you would have that sort of stuff in order to put some more definition in the face, but without that it looks fairly plain, which is, I think, what is the main problem with the actual issue itself. But anyways, let's move on. Alright guys, so off camera I did go ahead and shave off the back end of the CERN face in order to go and make it so that it is fittable. But off camera something else unfortunately did happen, which is going to be a pretty big problem for me. So I was trying to use the hot water technique in order to interchange like the arm right here, in order to in order to change the arm right here, just like what we did here, and I showed it off at the very beginning of the review. But unfortunately, it didn't work. You can see right here that the joint had actually broken off in the middle of me trying to pull it off. And for comparison of how the joint should look like, here is the one that also goes in there. And yeah, the top part of it had unfortunately came off, and it was just because of the fact that they really just threw it, like, put it in there like way too tightly to where I couldn't get it out of there like I did right here. So yeah, my figure had a break, which is really unfortunate, because I was really trying to be careful with this thing, and honestly, maybe I wasn't careful enough. I did use the hot water technique, but, you know, even though the thing wasn't coming out, I still, you know, tried pulling the arm, and that's honestly, I think it's like partially the fault of the company, like the companies, for making this as tight as it was in the first place, and also on my fault for not really being careful enough. It's not really going to be the end of the world, as the thing is about the joint is if I can figure out a way to get that bit of the plastic part in there, like taken out, then what I can do is that I can take like the actual joint from the arm and get that plugged in there, and just simply interchange like the pieces on this part of the forearm here from now on, as opposed to the one up there, which I actually did do off, like when I was doing the hot water technique. This part over here, oh my gosh, this part over here did come off camera, but, you know, now it's going to be very tough to do because, you know, no hot water technique and no leverage to really help get it out, which is unfortunate. But anyways, let's just get right into the articulation, and so we can end this off. The head moves pretty decently, as you'd expect it to. It goes down like that. It is like on the same like sort of figure arts head joint, so you obviously have to do like the thing that you do in order to get like the neck pivot out of there from the joint. And what I noticed is like the actual thing is like really easy to like swivel around, but the actual up and down movement on that joint is like very tough to do. I'm not really getting any range right there from the neck articulation. But let's just move on to the arms. The arms move to a whole 360. You know, they move up not very far at all. The arms do they do bend in almost 90 degrees, and the actual swivel is right over there at the top. It is a little bit loose at times when moving it, but no, it's honestly not too big of a deal. The arm swivel is like that, but as you can see right here, there's like a little bit of hindrance at the actual arm right there that could get in the way of articulating the hands right in there. And it's pretty much the exact, I think it's pretty much the exact same articulation on this piece of the arm. Yeah, it is just like that, but like the joint is a little bit tighter and a little squeakier right there. As for the torso, oh my goodness. The thing goes this far forward, and not too much far back. He does have some waist swivel right there, although if you do it a little too much, sometimes the legs can pop off just like that. But it's no big deal, you can just get it right back on. Legs could kick forward this far. They kick back very far. They do the splits around like that. You have an upper thigh swivel right there, double jointed knees, and the legs can sometimes look a little crusty in there, like the plastic is like been shaved down. I don't know why it's like that. And then for the ankles, it's the crappy Vegeta ankle articulation that you pretty much expect to get on any Vegeta figure nowadays, which is honestly sad because they should fix that, but you can't blame this company because they're just taking the molds that Figuarts is making. So ultimately, it's kind of Figuarts to blame for the ankle articulation being like that. I don't know how a third-party company would go to fix that. The toe hinge goes up and just like that, and that's really it for the articulation. So, as for the price point, I completely forgot how much it was. I'll leave like a text right over here on the screen to tell you how much I got it for and whether or not I think it's worth it. You'll see like a check mark if I think it's worth it or not. Obviously, the figure broke on me, so you can tell it honestly just comes down to whether or not your copy is going to be good or not. I really hope that mine is just the bad copy and everyone else has like a good one. That way, it's just like at least out of anyone who could have done the review, it was me that had the breakage on there. So I don't know how I'm gonna get this fixed, if I can get it fixed at all. Maybe I'll contact 5K Toys to see if they can get this done. But overall, guys, that's been the review. Hope you guys did enjoy the review altogether and that it was informative to you guys. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. See you guys in the comment section. Till then.